School, a first-class secondary school in Nigeria. Rather, he opted for Federal Government College, Warri. Not a bad school, though. Your Excellency, please accept my profound sympathy. Hope is, however, not lost, as Your Excellency can make amends today by donating handsomely to our cause and be inducted into the Ekorian family and become an old boy of Eko Boys High School. I thank everyone here present most heartily for your time and support, and look forward to exceeding our projected 1 billion naira target today. God bless you all. Ekorian Chief Idowu Shofola, MONSAN, President Emeritus, Chairman, Board of Trustees. Thank you.
Thank you very much, great one. Shall we all give another round of applause to the National President, Lagos Country Club? Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on occasions like this, we shouldn't have missed out on a particular item, but we did. The national anthem and the school song. I've been told that in protocol, the national anthem might not be necessary at this point in time, but the school song is very much necessary. Shall we all be upstanding for the school song? We shall have the first and the last stanza. After the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Shall remain forevermore the motto of Eko Boys High School. Another round of applause for Eko Boys High School. Ekorian architect Kola Erile. Please.
The main entrance form will be named Reverend William Yaba Road or Street. The other one will be named Ekoba Avenue. So, I will urge the executive, without any waste of time, to disburse the necessary funds to the local government so that those 2 roads will, it will be signed and nobody can change it anymore. Because you know, if we tarry, you will just see some smart people, smart guys. Before you know it, they go behind you, they pay the necessary fees, you will just see signboards there, and that is the end. We will have lost that opportunity for life. So, then we have talked about the eastern and the southern part. The northern part of the northern boundary, our neighbors there, there's a proposed Lagos State Government Health Center. And on the last part, a set of residential plots already given to people. Now, let's look at the characteristics of the site we are looking at. Now, this plot we are talking about, like the plots in this neighborhood, it is sandy. Now, the water table in this locality is less than 1 meter. That is at the dry season. During the wet season, the water level rises above the ground such that the entire area becomes waterlogged. And it can be very terrible when you get there at the middle of the rainy season. It is practically impassable. Vehicle cannot move in, human being too cannot move in. You probably need maybe a canoe to access the site. That is why it is very much essential that the entire site will need some feeding if you want to use it. Now, if you have to look at the master plan, you look at your brochure here, you are talking of page 11, page 12, 13, and 14. Now, the grouping on the master plan, it is grouped into number 1, teaching area, number 2, recreation area, number 3, residential area, number 4, public school use area. Now, the teaching area comprises 1, 18 classroom block donated by the Lagos State government, which is nearing completion as I'm talking to you. Number 2, the assembly / dining hall. Number 3, we have the futuristic E-block, and that is it. No, after the futuristic E-block, we have the residential zone. Now, let us start. The residential zone comprises 2 hostels. Then we also have the staff residences 1 and staff residences 2. I will explain later all this. Now, the recreation area in the master plan comprises a standard football pitch bounded on all around by a standard 7-lane track. It's a standard pitch we are talking about here. We have spectator stand, a tennis court, a basketball pitch to complete the setting. And of course, the orientation of the football pitch is such that it is not south. That is, when you are playing football, you are not supposed to face the sun. So that has been taken care of in the master plan. The public use facilities. These are facilities which the public can jointly use with the school. Now, these public use facilities comprises a church, a mosque, a multipurpose hall, which will also have a conference center. It's a way of revenue generation for the school. Now, we are aware that what is contained in the master plan will require a lot of financial outlay, which may not be readily forthcoming at this point in time. So the Eko executive have rightly thought that if you want to make a decisive step, we have to face these developments. So that is why what is critical to us now is phase 1 development. And what constitutes phase 1 development? These are the structures and facilities that we need for the school to take off without delay. Now, these are, I will itemize them. The 18 classroom block. We thank God for the fact that the Lagos State government have blessed us. They have blessed us with a fantastic 18 block structure. Please, can we have a big hand for Lagos State government? Because I tell you, this 18 block structure is like a catalyst for this gathering we have here. If we don't have this at all, we will have no reason to be gathered here. But because we have this structure and it's virtually completed, it's like a catalyst for us to say, what other things do we need to augment this so that the school will take off without delay? So we have the 18 classroom block. Now, what we now need to do, number one, to have a dining hall with assembly hall. The architect has rightly grouped them together. On the ground floor, you have the dining hall. On the first floor, you have the assembly hall. You may take a look at page 12. You will see this. Then, after that, you have the hostel block. Now, for the phase 1 development, you will see that in the master plan, we have 2 hostel blocks. But right now, for the school to take off immediately, we will need 1. So, one of those 2 hostel blocks is necessary. Then, of course, we know that the place being, for now, because of the development, the staff will have to be accommodated here. So we have staff residences 1 and staff residences 2. Staff residence 1, that is for junior and middle level staff. Staff residence 2 will be for senior staff. Now, the staff residence 1, if I may explain, is a flexible design such that it can accommodate as much staff as possible. Then, apart from that, we need to completely fence the site. We know of the security imperative now. That also is part of phase 1 development. Then, of course, I explained to you earlier on that we need to sample. Which area of development we are doing, we need to sample that place for us to use. So, when you check page 14, you will see the cost outline. You will see the cost outline of this phase 1 development. You will see student hostel. You will see 1 number. That's the amount. Then the staff quarters, the assembly from dining hall, the fence work, sampling, laboratory and whatever, sick bay and equipment, security house, security equipment, generator sets, perimeter lighting, then external works. Then, of course, take-off grants, initial overhead for the school to take off. You will see here that we are talking of around 400 million. That is, if you have 400 million today, in the next few months, the school can take off. But then, that is not all. Because you heard my earlier speakers. They say we are looking for 2 billion. Yes, what they are saying is very true. For us to complete everything in the master plan, we will need about 2 billion. Because we will need an E-block, we will need a multipurpose conference hall, the mosque is there, the church is there, the sampling of other areas, infrastructure, the principal's residence, then entire road layout with drainage, with parking facilities, with landscaping. Then the staff residence 1 and 2, which is not in phase 1 development. All this one, when added up, will give us about 1.6 million. Let's add 1.6 billion naira to 400 million. You will know that what we are actually looking for is 2 billion naira. Now, to make the matters a bit simpler, because we know that it may not be possible, for example, for one individual to say he wants to do the entire fence work. We have done breakdown of materials so that the executive may decide to throw this up, throw this open. Maybe if you want to take care of the entire fencing work, let's say if the executive pushes this to the service clubs, the service clubs will actually look at the materials outlay. I can read them for you, and you will know that these are things that individuals and service clubs can easily take off. Now, for example, for the fence work, we need granite. We need 10 loads of 30 tons granite to do that. A service club may graciously take that up. Then we need sharp sand. 30 number of 20 tons loads of sharp sand. That is 1.5 million. And that service club can take that up. We need 1,600 bags of cement. That can be done too by an individual or service club. We will need wood. We will need blocks, 24,000 blocks, 9 inches blocks. A service club may decide to give us 5,000 blocks. Then still, iron rods. We need 13 tons. Somebody can donate that for us. So, in a nutshell, my brothers and sisters, that is why we are here. I have given you in a nutshell what this new site requires. I've also given you what we need for the school to take off. The ball is now in our court. We are looking for generous donors. We are looking for an individual or group who may take up an item. We have student hostel. We have staff quarters. We have assembly hall. We have entire fence work. We have to fulfill at least phase 1 of this development and all the other things that are contained here. So, the ball is in our court. I thank you very much for your time. While you look at this, God will put it in our mind to donate generously for this great cause. Thank you very much.
àti àrà ti ṣe gbogbo jẹ́ ti gbé ẹnu àrà ti yé ẹni tó ní ìlú fún ìlú sí ọ̀pọ̀ yìí gbogbo sí ilẹ̀ sọ́dọ̀ mi ló wọlé ọjọ́ tó àti àrà ti ṣe gbogbo jẹ́ ti gbé ẹnu àrà ti yé ẹni tó ní ìlú fún ìlú sí ọ̀pọ̀ yìí gbogbo sí ilẹ̀ sọ́dọ̀ mi. Àti ọ̀nà ti ṣe ọ̀gá jẹ́ ti gbé ẹnu ọ̀nà ti gbé ẹni tó ní lórí fìlú sí ọ̀gá ní gbogbo sí ìsọ̀kọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ náà tó bá lọ́wọ́ àti ọ̀nà ti ṣe ọ̀gá jẹ́ ti gbé ẹnu ọ̀nà ti gbé ẹni tó ní lórí fìlú sí ọ̀gá ní gbogbo sí ìsọ̀kọ̀. níwájú bàbá kejì. Sambati máa dé lọ́sàn-án ọ̀rọ̀ tó lọ. Agbára mi, agbára mi sí ọ̀gá o.
Thank you very much. Shall we give a round of applause to the Navy Band? Thank you. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, permit me to recognize the presence of the president of this great club, Lagos Country Club. He has come to facilitate with the trustee, Mr. Tajuddin Akonde, FCA. A round of applause for the president of Lagos Country Club. Thank you very much. Also in our midst, I'd like to recognize some of the past presidents who are here. Chief Olayinka Ogumekon, I recognize the presence. Otumba Tunde Okunuga, it's nice to have you here. Thank you very much. All the other members of the Lagos Country Club that are there, I say a very big thank you to you all. Whilst we are awaiting the arrival of the deputy governor, the representative of the governor, we'll continue to recognize distinguished Ekorians that we all have, whilst we listen to some live music. Let me back.
Hello.
Thank you.
Our Eko Boys High School. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, even though we are still expecting the representative of the government, we would like to continue with the program, particularly the issue of the awardees, because time is fast spent. Papa, they need to go. Mr. Kayode, please, can we have you here? Kayode. I think everybody is busy eating. Thank you very much. We'll start the award ceremony. We'll call on Pa Eko James Akiwale Lawrence. Papa will be seated, but the daughter will be up standing here. Are we happy, ma? Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, shall we have a solemn period, please? In the citation of Pa Eko James Akiwale Lawrence. James Akiwale Lawrence was born on December 28, 1928, to Mary and Victor Lawrence in Tebu near Sapele, where he went to primary school. He then moved to Lagos to attend Eko Boys High School. He joined in January 1949 and was under the guidance of the then principal, Mr. Orobo. He was one of the school prefects at Eko Boys High School, and some of his classmates included Engineer Olupe and the late Mr. Oduyoye. He and his classmates have maintained a close relationship over the years. He was out of school when it was located to a jealous street in Lagos, and also when later moved to Musu. He is very proud of Eko Boys High School, and it was the foundation of his growth and success. He was the president of Old Boys Association for a long time, and he contributed significantly to the growth of the association and the school as a whole. Unfortunately, his father passed away shortly after he graduated from school. He got a job at the university in Lagos to help support the 4 younger brothers and mother. He moved to London in 1956 to pursue his dream of becoming a lawyer. He attended Oxford College of Law, London. While in college, he took on a part-time job at the post office, and this is where he met his wife, Musumola Abuaba. They got married in January 24, 1959. Their union was blessed with 4 children: Chubomi, Chubola, Abimbola, and Biyon. He was then called to the bar and never came to London in 1963. His desire was always to practice law in Nigeria, and so he moved back to Lagos in Nigeria. He joined the process of Yaba and was eventually made a partner. He then started his own law firm in Lagos and Lawrence and Co. It became a very successful company within a very short time. So as the student studied law and eventually joined him in the practice as it continued to grow significantly. At the peak of his career, he was one of the most successful lawyers in Nigeria, representing multiple companies and organizations, and his love for law was always evident. Some of his partners included late Ambassador Okoya. Unfortunately, he lost his dear wife Mosumola to a prolonged illness. Bravely fought in February 2009, a few weeks after their golden wedding anniversary. He is semi-retired now, though he still goes to his chamber 3 times a week. They say once a lawyer, always a lawyer. He was a very active member of the Hoares Boys Association up until about 7 years ago. He is still very supportive of the association, even though he no longer attends. He has also supported numerous charities and church societies and has been named patron of a number of charities. He is a long-term member of St. John's Church, Aroloya, and more recently of Archbishop Hoares Memorial Church, Ikeja. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, dear Ekorians, I present to you Pa Ekorian James Akinwale Lawrence. Shall we give him a round of applause? May I therefore call on the national president to present this distinguished Ekorians this award for this occasion. Thank you very much.
This is the man that will do the presentation. I'll record out the first. I'll get the plaque for you.
In domino, the next awardee is Engineer Adeniji Raji, Chartered Engineer, FIETE, and a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. He is also a proud alumnus of the Institute of Management and Strategic Studies, Kuru. So I'll be asking that Engineer Adeniji Raji please step forward. Ladies and gentlemen, great Ekorians, permit me to recognize, before I go on with the citation, the representative of the Deputy Governor of Lagos State and the Permanent Secretary in the Office of the Deputy Governor, Mrs. Yetunde Odejayi. You're welcome, ma. Continuing with the citation, Ekorian Adeniji Raji was in Eko Boys High School from 1957 to 1961. Niji, as is popularly called, is a chartered engineer, a fellow of the Institute of Electrical and Technology Engineers UK,
a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, and member National Institute, MNI, having attended the National Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies, Kuru, in 1980. Until 1983, Engineer Raji was the Director of Engineering of former Nigerian External Telecommunications Limited, NET Limited. There, he was responsible for engineering planning and technical operation of the International Telecommunication Services. From 76 to 83, he was a board member of Intelsat, the International Satellite Organization. From 83, he was managing director and co-founder of BTN Nigeria Limited, a company representing British Telecoms in Nigeria. He is presently chairman of Radin Investments Limited, a finance and property development company, and principal partners in RAD Systems Engineers, a consulting electronic engineering firm. He is a telecoms engineering consultant. Engineer Raji is a proud Rotarian. He joined the Rotary Club of Bagada in 1984. He was the club's president between 88 and 89. He served Rotary District 9110 in various capacities as chairman, group study exchange team leader to South Africa, district conference, community service, Rotary Foundation. He was also in the district educational and welfare endowment fund, and he serves as district international service chairman. He was also Rotary International District Governor 97-98, and during this period several landmark achievements were attained by him and his team. In Rotary, he is a major donor level 2. Engineer Raji has received many Rotary awards, including the Rotary Foundation Citation for Meritorious Service and the Distinguished Service in recognition of his devoted efforts for the furthering of better understanding and friendly relations of people the world over. He is a past president of Eko Boys High School Old Boys Association. He has been chairman, board of governors of Eko Boys High School. He is chairman, board of governors, Muslim Nursery and Primary School, Okeho in Oyo State. He is an advisory board member of Benola Cerebral Palsy Initiative. He is a trustee of Street Children Foundation, an NGO founded by his wife. He is a devout Muslim and is president and currently trustee of the Lekki Muslim Ummah. He is chairman of Lekki Muslim School. He is married to Omolara and they are blessed with children. He is also a member of the Ikoyi Club 1938 and the Metropolitan Club. Engineer Adeniji Raji. The award will be presented by Are Kola Oyefeso.
The president, Eko Boys High School, Old Boys Association, the Ekorians, Indomino, On behalf of you gentlemen, the citation of Engineer Nigiraji speaks volume of his achievement in life. And it is on that honor I have this privilege to, on your behalf, present this plaque to Engineer Nigiraji for his past contributions to Eko Boys High School's development and taking the school's name to enviable heights. I wish you success, more success, sir. Congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you. You know, what you buy me? Oh, nothing more. Yeah, you know my brother now. Look at Jana, lawyer professor. Hey, what you buy pastor?
Indomino. Shall we have a bit of quiet, please? Shall we have a bit of quiet, please? Thank you very much. May I call on Korean engineer Gladstone Olumide Payne. Please sit down. Please sit down, sir. Gladstone Olumide Payne was born on the 12th November 1927 in Lagos, Nigeria. He was educated at Jos Government School, Plateau, and Eko Boys High School between 1939 and 1941, and 1942 and 1948 respectively. He later attended Northampton Engineering College, London, now City University of London, and Faraday House of Electrical Engineering College, London, between 1952 and 1956. He had his practical training with Enfield Rolling, Bristol, Middlesex, the Northwestern Electricity Board sub-area in Manchester and environs, and the Northwestern Electricity Board sub-area in Kendal, Westmoreland in the Lake District. He worked with the Electricity Corporation of Nigeria in 1956 as an electrical engineer grade 1, and served as main engineer at Lagos Mainland, Kano and Ibadan between 1956 and 1959. He was promoted senior executive engineer on 1st April 1963 and posted as area manager, Ibadan, between 1963 and 1969. He was promoted chief engineer on 1st April 1969 and served as engineer, purchasing and stores, chief engineer planning and design, and chief engineer construction. He served the Pricewaterhouse on the inventory of the assets of the merged organization ECN and NDA in 1973. He was retired with full benefits in September 1975. Later, he established Golop Electrical and Plumbing Associates Limited and did some work for the military government as subcontractor at both Jos and Makurdi. His company also did some jobs in Abuja for both Bagudu Construction and Commercial Company, the National Electric Power Authority, and the National Library at both Jos and Bauchi. At Eko Boys High School, he was a member of the 5th Lagos Troop attached to the school and a member of the Red Cross Society. He was also a member of school's second football team and of the sports team. In fact, he represented the school at the Greater Court Sports to Benin in 1947 and Government College Ibadan in 1948. He was one of the prefects in 1948 and in 1963 was a member of the committee for the 50th School Founders Day ceremony under the chairmanship of Ekorian Pa Adeyemi. Engineer Payne is a chartered engineer, fellow of the Institute of Electrical Engineers, fellow of the Nigerian Center of Engineers, member Nigerian Institute of Management, commander of Christ Army CCA, chaplain zonal commander, and patron of Chaplaincy Fellowship of Nigeria.
holder of the Anchor Boys Brigade, Leta Kara of the Anchor COA, President, Institutional Board of the CSM College of Theology. Distinguished Ekorians, I present this distinguished Ekorian to all of us for the award of the 105th ceremony. May I therefore call on Professor Abisogun Lee for the presentation of this award. Thank you very much, sir. Shall we give a round of applause to Pa Olamide Payne? What?
On behalf of the Chairman, Board of Trustees, and the Executive Committee of the Old Boys of Eko Boys High School, I have the greatest honor, sir, and privilege to give you this award for all the things that you have done in the past and you are still doing.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
Congratulations, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Papa, congratulations, sir. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I've just been told that time is fast spent. We will cut short the citation of the other awardees without being duly unfair to them, so that we can go on to the... We have a representative of the Deputy Governor of this great state, Mrs. Odejayi. She's with us. Mrs. Odejayi, thank you very much for coming. We will be with you in the next few seconds, ma'am. Thank you very much. Not the shots of the leg. He's a medical doctor. We will look at him.
Our next distinguished awardee is Ekorian Dr. Sulaiman Ayola Ayinde Gbadegesin. Can he please step forward? Can we have a round of applause for our awardee? Ekorian Dr. Sulaiman Ayola Ayinde Gbadegesin was born on 17th April 1955. He was admitted to Eko Boys High School in January 1967 and finished in December 1971. He studied medicine at the University of Lagos College of Medicine, Idi-Araba, and proceeded to Strauss's Clinic, Zurich, Switzerland, University of Hong Kong, his West African College of Surgeons, and National Postgraduate Medical College for his medical degrees. He worked as a consultant orthopedic surgeon with the Igbobi Hospital. He was chairman of the head spine unit. He was past General Secretary, Medical and Dental Consultants Association of Nigeria, and is a fellow of the Nigerian Postgraduate Medical College, West African College of Surgeons, International College of Surgeons. He is a member of the several medical and orthopedic associations in Nigeria, West Africa, and as well as the Association of International Orthopedic Surgeons. Ekorian Gbadegeshi has had the opportunity of attending many courses relating to orthopedics, both locally and internationally, some of which are the fellowship course in spine at the University of Hong Kong in 2006. He's got everything. I have here almost 15, which time would not permit me to read, but I will crown them with the Advanced Research Methodology course in Luth, which he did in 2012, as well as the trainers course in Enugu, done by the Faculty of Orthopedics in 2014. Dr. Gbadegeshi has written several professional papers, a couple of which are as follows. I will just take 2 of the 9 that I have here. He's written on complications and causes of death in spinal cord injury patients in Nigeria. He's also written on risk factors predicting mortality in spinal cord injury in Nigeria, absolute neutrophil count, and orthopedic manifestation of sickle cell disease, as well as the osteomyelitis in SCD, NOHI experience in Nigerian Journal of Orthopedic and Trauma, 2004. His hobbies are playing, watching, analyzing football matches, swimming, reading, and watching movies. Ekorian Gbadegeshi has been a very active Ekorian and has been active in Ekoba, particularly in Brothers 70. He's happily married and blessed with 4 children. Can we give a round of applause to Ekorian Gbadegeshi? I would humbly call on Pa Olupain to present the award. So our awardee would go and meet Pa Pain, Ekorian Engineer Dr. Pa Olupain.
On behalf of the National President and all Ekorians present, I present to you this plaque.
Thank you so much, sir.
Congratulations.
Our next awardee is Ekorian Ganiu Adisa Ewetayo.
President of Lagos County. President Lagos County.
Ekorian Ganiu Adisa Ewetayo was born on the 22nd April 1957. He attended Eko Boys High School between 1970 to 1974. He thereafter went to the Polytechnic Ibadan between 1977 and 1981 and graduated with a higher national diploma in mechanical engineering. He started work in 1984 as a pupil engineer with NEPA, National Electric Power Authority. He became a manager in 1991, senior manager NEPA PHCN, Power Holding Company of Nigeria, 1997, principal manager 2008. He was seconded from NEPA to Niger Delta Power Holding Company in 2009. He became assistant general manager there 2009 and retired as deputy general manager, station manager, as well as chief operating officer of Egbema Power Station on April 2017. He is a member of the following professional bodies: Nigerian Society of Engineers, Nigerian Institution of Mechanical Engineers, Nigerian Institution of Power Engineers, Nigerian Association of Technological Engineers, Nigerian Institute of Chartered Managers. He is a very active member of ECOBA and is in the Service Club Borders 70, where he has served severally as Secretary General, Financial Secretary, Treasurer, and is presently the Vice President. He was co-opted into the 80th Founders Day Anniversary Organizing Committee in 1993. Ekorian Ewetayo is married with children and blessed with grandchildren. Can we have a round of applause for our awardee? I will call on the president of Lagos Country Club to come and present the award. President, Lagos Country Club. Mr. Tajuddin Akonde.
Good evening, distinguished Ekorians. On behalf of the Eko Boys High School, it is my honor and pleasure to present to you this award for past contributions to the development of Eko Boys High School. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you very much, sir. You don't want to say anything? No. Check out the next person. Let me.
Ladies and gentlemen, permit me to take a pause here as we recognize the presence of the Olu of Ilaro and paramount ruler of Yewa land, Oba Kehinde Olugbele, His Royal Majesty Ekorian Oba Kehinde Olugbele. Kábíyèsí o. Thank you. Adé apẹ́ lórí o, bàtà apẹ́ lẹ́sẹ̀. Ẹṣin ọba á jókòó pẹ́pẹ́pẹ́pẹ́.
Bueno, Sade Nijira. Soja.
I also want to recognize the presence in our midst of a Korean Navy Captain retired Rashid Raji, former governor and administrator of Borno and Bauchi and Sokoto states. Can you please stand to be recognized, sir? And the Agbaki of Egbaland. Our next awardee is a Korean I also want to quickly recognize His Royal Highness Dr. Olusegun Aderemi, JP, Atayero of Aramoko Kingdom. Can you stand to be recognized, sir? He is here at the special invitation of Pa Olupain. Can we please just applaud His Royal Highness? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. The next awardee is a Korean Alhaji Bolahan Adisa Sholabi. Please. I will be running through the citation as Korean Sholabi is approaching. Korean Sholabi belonged to the Golden Jubilee set at the Eko Boys High School. That's the 1959 to 1963 set. The set was led as senior prefect by the late Honorable Justice Dr. Muri Okola. Ekorian Alhaji Sholabi was the deputy senior prefect in 1963. Some of his classmates are Professor Ade Ogunbono, Dr. Ganiu Babatunde Dabiri, Alhaji Hamzat Idowu Amusa, His Royal Majesty Idowu Oba Idowu Abiodun Oniru of Iruland, and Dr. Deinde Shitabe. Ekorian Sholabi furthered his education at the Adeyemi College of Education, Ondo, University of Lagos, North London Polytechnic, now North London University, Loughborough University of Technology, Britain, from where he acquired Diploma in Education, Bachelor of Science, BSc in Industrial Chemistry, and Master of Science in Analytical Chemistry and Instrumentation, respectively. Ekorian Sholabi has been a very diligent Ekorian who has contributed severally to Eko Boys High School as well as Ekoba, the Eko Boys High School Old Boys Association. He began his working life as a tutor in Eko Boys High School, and he was teaching chemistry and mathematics between 1966 and 1970. Between 1998 and 2000, he was Vice President, Eko Boys High School Old Boys Association, with Dr. Alade as President. He became President of Club E61 in 2001 and was an active participant in mobilizing towards the 90th Founders Day celebration. For his outstanding contributions, he has received several anniversary recognitions and celebrations. He was one of the awardees at the 98th Founders Day celebration and was also awarded the Ekoba Excellence Award in 2003. Ekorian Sholabi has also contributed in diverse ways to national socio-economic development of our country, Nigeria. For about 4 decades, he has contributed, and this can be best evaluated from his activities in the Association of Food, Beverages and Tobacco Employers sector of the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria. Between 1989 and 1999, he was chairman of the technical committee for all the food and beverage companies in Nigeria. He was responsible for regulation and guidelines for the safe production and quality with regards to the creation and sustainability employment in food and beverage industries in Nigeria. Ekorian Sholabi retired from Nestle Nigeria PLC, where he worked for over 2 decades. He's the chairman of Rambigas Nigeria Limited. He's also a chartered chemist, a fellow of the Public Analysts of Nigeria, and a consultant to the National Codex Committee, Standard Organization, and NAFDAC Joint Experts Committee on Food Quality and Safety. Ekorian Sholabi has over 90 presentations and publications in national and international journals. 90 publications. Ekorian Sholabi's experience and exposure is not just local but as well international. He has participated in several professional food scientists and technologists conferences and fairs in Europe, East and West, North and South America, as well as North and South Africa. Ekorian Sholabi is still actively involved in activities of Eko Boys High School and Ekoba, and in his profession as a food scientist and technologist. Let us give a round of applause to Ekorian Sholabi. The award is going to be presented by Professor Lee.
on behalf of the Ekorians and the Board of Trustees, I want to congratulate you, sir, for all your achievements in academics and intellectual work, particularly your contributions to the development of the Ekuba. On behalf of all of us, I have the pleasure and privilege to present this to you. Thank you very much and congratulations.
Our next awardee is Ekorian Assistant Inspector General of Police, Frederick Taiwo Lakanu. He is represented by ACP Adepoju. Ekorian Taiwo Lakanu was born on Lagos Island 12th October 1959 and christened Frederick Taiwo Lakanu. He commenced his primary education at Yaba Model School between 1965 and 1970 and proceeded to Eko Boys High School for his O-level education. He later attended CMS Grammar School for his A-levels between 1970 and 1979. He got a Bachelor of Arts degree from the University of Lagos in 1983. He read law and graduated in 2000 with LLB honors and was also called to the bar in the year 2000. He equally obtained a master's degree in law from the University of Leeds. He was enlisted in the police force in 1986 and has served in various capacities during his career in the police force. He was he's been in the operations, investigation and administration. He earned the Inspector General of Police Gallantry Award for reducing the very high crime rate in Lagos when he was the head of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad in the state. He was a law lecturer at the Police College in Ikeja, from where he became the principal staff officer to the Inspector General of Police. He was deployed to the Eastern Ports and thereafter Oyo State Command as head of State CID. Subsequently, he was Area Commander, Area F, Ikeja. He was Deputy Commissioner of Police, Delta State, from where he went to the National Defense College, Abuja. Subsequently, he became the head of command and later the commissioner in charge of the airport police. In 2015, he was made the commissioner of police, Imo State Command, and subsequently was promoted to Assistant Inspector General of Police in 2017. He is presently the AIG Operations Force Headquarters, Abuja. Can we applaud this great Ekorian? He is a recipient of many awards in policing in Sub-Saharan Africa and is the overall best in Africa This was awarded by the University of Schoenberg in conjunction with Africa Security Watch in South Africa. He has several traditional titles and he is the Akogu of Lagos. He is married and blessed with 2 children. Let's have a worthy applause for Ekorian Frederick Taiwo Lakano. The award is to be presented by will be presented by Ekorian Pa Sholabi. Please, sir. AIG Lakano has made a worthy donation towards our Abidjan school project, but the amount will be communicated to Ekorians. Thank you.
That's the name is Ekorian AIG Taiwo Lakano. Ọlọ́pàá kò lè mú wa o, ọdún ló dé là ń ṣe. On behalf of Eko Boys High School, Old Boys Association, we am presenting this to you for your contribution to the development and progress of our alma mater. May God continue to be with you. Thank you. Thank you. All the best, please. It's a challenge. You have to do more for us. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next awardee, he was in Nigeria last month, but he has gone back to his home base. But there is another Ekorian who came in for the specific purpose of receiving the award on his behalf. I want to call on Ekorian Dipo Onosanya. Ekorian Dipo Onosanya, please come forward. Ekorian Onosanya will be receiving on behalf of Ekorian Babatunde Johnson, who happens to be the president of Ekoba Europe. Ekorian Onosanya is the secretary. He will be receiving the award, and he also has a short address, very short. Not
do the award first, and then I will speak.
Can we have Ekorian Lakano's representative to come and do the presentation? ACP Adepoju.
Okay, don't have anything to say. Oh, that's easy. I will use that opportunity. Okay. Sorry. Excuse me, sir.
What's up, man?
Who is presenting it?
You are presenting to this person.
Okay.
The Korean Babatunde Johnson.
On behalf of
Ekuba.
Okay. Sir, on behalf of Ekuba, for your great work and contribution towards the organization, you are being awarded this. Okay. So I'll take it and then I will shake you. I pray that God will continue to thank God in Jesus' name. Are you done? Well done. Okay.
Thank you very much, AC.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Eko Boys, who came in from London on Thursday to represent Eko Boys Europe. I will just quickly say a few words. We had a fundraising in London for Eko Boys High School, Moshi Hall, and we raised some money in pounds sterling. And on coming back to Lagos, the President, Tony Johnson, spoke to the national body, and we've decided to use the money to build the school hall in our own school in Moshi for the new site in Abidjan. We will lead on this project of the school hall, and we'll work with the national body and other contributors to support it. What we would like for accountability is that the building project has a committee set up to drive and implement the Abidjan project, and this should include representatives from other sects. We would also like the national body contractor to have a representative of Eko Boys Europe on the board or the project team delivering the school hall, and especially the main foundation ceremony of the school hall. Finally, Eko Boys Europe, to show our commitment for Abidjan project, we would like to lead and support it with a contribution of 2 million naira towards the foundation of the assembly and the school hall. We have the money already because we raised it last October, so the money is already available, and I'm already speaking to some people here about how we can take some actions towards the foundation of the school hall. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for the award. In the middle, I pray that our fundraising raises a lot of money for our school. Thank you and have a good evening.
So I think on this score we will go straight to the fundraising. Otunba Owoyemi should please come forward. All other service clubs, the gauntlet has been thrown, so we look to seeing you take up the challenge. Eko Boys Europe, 2 million towards the foundation laying of the school hall and dining hall at Abidjan. They are going to build the entire structure. No one will help them except themselves and God. Ekorian Owoyemi, Ekorian Otunba Funsho Owoyemi, please come forward.
Kabese, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, before we make a start of the reason we are here together tonight, let me just say one or two things. I've always said it, that some people sacrifice their time, money, energy, and everything to set up Eko Boys High School. We went there, we took part of those good things to have our own foundation. And we are what we are today through what we have benefited from Eko Boys High School. And I want to also make sure that we contribute to make sure that they do something else, something good to those who are coming behind us. I want in particular to mention the efforts of some of our members. Tonight's event, The success has been due to God and to some few people. There is a gentleman, Kola Ibirogba, who spent his time and money to make sure that the expenses of what we are doing here tonight will not go into our account. He told me, Mr. President, don't issue out any check towards this event. We will cover it between me and my service club. That is between him and his service club. They spend a lot of money to prepare food, prepare drink, prepare all this, and yet they are still contributing. I want to also mention a person who has some challenges, health challenges, and yet he promised to give us 1 million naira, although he's incapacitated. And he said, give me permission to pay this 1 million 4 times, 250,000 per month. He has given us a check today for the first month, next month 250, and so on until making 1 million. He has not said because he's ill, because he's incapacitated, therefore he's not going to contribute. He's giving us 1 million and by installment. These are good examples that we should follow. So many things have been done by our boys on their own. Look at the service we have today. The money we gave to the vicars for the hall, for everything, and for the entertainment have been done by some service clubs, and yes, they are still contributing. The chairman of this body, that is Dr. Kola Ibirogba, told me and said, Mr. President, we've done a lot of things. Don't allow any money to be issued out from the coffers of the association towards this event. We will raise the money for that on our own. And Mr. President, sir, you have to carry the problem of the hall. Then I said, okay, how can you say that? I'm a pensioner. I found out this hall will cost 400,000 naira. And I asked them, where am I going to get it? But by the grace of God and the kindness of the president, officers, council members, and members of Lagos Country Club, they have come to my aid, and we have been able to make sure that you are not going to pay a couple towards that. So I want to say, gentlemen, please, this is, we are not calling on you to come and put in something. Remember these two things that I've said, and remember those things that you know that I don't know, to make sure that you actually answer well. You will be bountifully rewarded for whatever kindness you can make today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. So, what are you doing? You have no excuse.
In domino. Can I have your attention, please? This is an essential part of this program. We have, as a planning committee, believe we'll be privileged to have His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Lagos State, in our midst this evening. But as we all know that this is a very busy man, the portfolio itself carries a lot of responsibility, and we know definitely if he's not here, it's going to be ably represented by... Yes. Please, can we have your attention, those of our members behind? You still have a lot of time to rebound. We know you haven't seen yourself for quite a while, but let us do the needful so that this gathering will achieve its objective. Ladies and gentlemen, like I was saying, at the planning committee level, we decided to do a special overview in appreciation to Lagos State government for what has been done to date and what we believe can still be done. And in that process, we made a preparation of this paper to be delivered to His Excellency. While he's not here, it is indeed our privilege that he has not forgotten us. He has been ably represented by the Deputy Governor, who in also being represented by the Deputy Governor and duly represented by Mrs. Yetunde Odejayi. Can we have a round of applause for this representation? Indeed, it is another testimony that the Lagos State government has not forgotten the school and has not forgotten Eko Boys High School, and deeply involved and recognize the purpose of our gathering. I will, this notwithstanding, read this paper to the hearing of the representative in the belief that ultimately the paper will get to the hand of His Excellency, and the vital points that have been raised will be an integral part of his own program, will be also a part of his own budget, and will respond adequately. Your Excellency, the Governor of Lagos State, ably represented by the Deputy Governor, who is also represented by Mrs. Yetunde Odejayi, all members of the Lagos State Executive Council here present, all State and National Assembly members here present, the Chairman Board of Trustees, Eko Boys High School, all Student Association, the very person Chief Ido Shofola, SAN and MON, the President of Eko Boys High School, all Student Association, Ekoba, Dr. Kola Ibirogba, all invited guests, Your Royal Highnesses, my Lord, spiritual and temporal, gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I am very delighted to welcome you to this special 105 Founders Day anniversary celebration. I'm honored and proud to be a member of the Old Boys Association of Eko Boys High School, popularly known in our circle as Ekorians. Your Excellency, sir, from the historical perspective, Eko Boys High School sets the record as the first private indigenous and non-denominational secondary school in Nigeria, having been founded by a highly motivated individual on January 13, 1913 by the late Reverend William Benjamin Yaba. As immediate option of higher school to the indigenes of Lagos, Eko, I'm confident and grateful to God that the objective of the founding fathers has actually been achieved, as it is on record that so many eminent Lagosians, ranging from royal fathers, the late Adeyinka Oyeko, late General Adeyinka Adebayo, Dr. Olusola Saraki, Senate leader in the Second Republic, Alhaji Muri Okola, the Lagudas, the Kotos, the Regbogos, the Simpson, the Kensington, and several names of Lagos indigene, actually so numerous, notable families in Lagos and indeed in Nigeria has passed through this very great institution. Your Excellency, sir, it is therefore no gainsaying that so many old students of Eko Boys High School have done the state proud, contributed immensely to its growth and development at the private, public and professional levels. Lagos State as a benchmark in good governance. We are leveraging on this, Your Excellency. We have watched with keen interest the giant strides and unprecedented development witnessed in Lagos State in the past 18 years, particularly the last 2.5. These achievements are evident in the areas of massive infrastructural development, road constructions, rehabilitation, urban renewal, healthcare delivery services, education, multimodal transportation system, environmental improvement, maintenance, employment creation, security, and plethora of other success records. It is also worthy to note that Lagos has not only become the economic hub of Nigeria, but indeed that of sub-Saharan Africa. Your Excellency, let me express a personal sentiment on behalf of other professional colleagues that as an accountant, you have raised the bar in governance in the state by your insistence and demand for probity in the conduct of the public affairs of the state, transparency and accountability in the service delivery. This has led to a regime of open book policy of your government in the management of the state resources in the last 1.5 years. These are facts that we believe, we recognize, and we are hopeful that you will look kindly onto our request as it's been put to you. Relocation of Eko Boys High School to a new site and the urgent need for a massive infrastructural development. You may recall, Your Excellency, that this beloved school is being upgraded and relocated to a new and impressive site at Abijo GRA by the Lagos State Government. We thank you, Excellency, for the foresight and interest in our esteemed school. Presently, the Lagos State Government has donated the new school site with the near completion of a set of classroom block. However, in order to ensure the school meets the standard of modern-day educational pursuits, it is necessary, if not imperative, that we, the Eko Boys High School Old Boys Association, support the government initiative to build at the sites edifice worthy of the mega city that Lagos has become noted for. Our projection is therefore that we shall require about over ₦1 billion, which shall be used to build facilities such as boarding houses, dining hall, staff quarters, additional classroom blocks, laboratories, and recreational facilities, among others. We are indeed excited that the Lagos State Government has donated a new site for the school with a set of classroom block. This is a further demonstration of Your Excellency's administration's definitely unparalleled interest in the development of the educational sector, which has received a huge boost in funding by Lagos State in the last 2 fiscal years. With about 113.3 billion budgetary provision in 2016 to lay a solid foundation for the work ahead, and another 92.4 billion in 2017 budget, out of which over 11 billion was spent on the development of educational infrastructure in Lagos. This is indeed record-breaking, as the Lagos State budget for 2016 constituted about 27.11% of the entire annual appropriation of the state and above the United Nations UNESCO recommendation of 26%. It is also instructive to note that the Lagos State educational budget under reference was roughly 1/3 of the federal government of Nigeria's budget for education for the same period. But as we are all aware, funding of education has gone beyond the responsibility of the government alone or any group of individuals or persons, but has rather become an enterprise for all concerned citizens, stakeholders, government, parents, all students, and all well-meaning individuals in the society, including the adoption of the instrumentality of public-private partnership. This is indeed the thriving template in all educationally advanced climates. It is in the light of the foregoing and in order to complement whatever the government is doing at present that we have found it compelling as a body to pool our resources together in support of our highly esteemed alma mater, Eko Boys High School, with the aim of transforming it into a mega school consistent with the Lagos State mega city agenda for the years ahead. Appeal for further support from Lagos State. We are indeed aware of the enormity of the cash outlay required to drive this laudable project. We have therefore set a target of ₦1 billion for ourselves, which we intend to raise in 2 tranches. The first being this auspicious occasion of our 105th Founders Day celebration, taking place today, the 13th January 2018. It is indeed our candid belief that it is time once again to draw from this strength of purpose of the entire Koreans and other well-meaning Nigerians, including our amiable Lagos State Governor, His Excellency, Governor Nakiumi Ambode, towards uplifting our dear school. Your Excellency, sir, we are all aware of your deep passion for quality education, which you have pursued through interventions in the state educational system as exemplified in massive educational infrastructural development, recruitment, training and retraining of teachers, related personnel, improved schools, organizational management, greater attention to physical security around the schools by constructing perimeter fencing, installation of CCTV cameras, and deployment of the security agent. Your administration has also scored high marks in the area of improved welfare for teachers in the state by way of prompt payment of salaries, allowances, pensions, other and benefits, and special recognition of outstanding performances where brand name, vehicles, and other forms of reward are given out. Also very laudable is the introduction of information telecommunication technology into teaching and learning process in the state through establishment of an e-libraries across the state. It is in the above stream that we humbly appeal to His Excellency to, amongst other support, extend this goodwill to our dear alma mater, Eko Boys High School. Therefore, we envisage a similar situation and almost a total package that was offered to Methodist Boys High School when it was relocated from Broad Street to Victoria Island, Lagos, and the entire landscape of the school was done with a completed perimeter fencing walls. This has become imperative against the backdrop of the recent ugly experience at model schools at Igbola around the same axis with the present location of Eko Boys High School. What are the merits in the new site of Eko Boys High School? We have no doubt in our minds that the new location of our dear school, Eko Boys High School, is well thought out and very strategic. The new location has a potential to serve many communities as it started in the beginning of that axis. From our survey, in about 8-kilometer radius of the new area, there is no presence of government schools except in Shogotedu and Akodo. Your Excellency, there is no gainsaying that these will be a perfect fit into the state global budget intention to enroll additional 1 million school age children into the school system in the next few years to come. Your Excellency, I want to assure you on behalf of everybody, all members of BODA, of the ECOBA, and the students and teachers, that our love for our dear school is unshaken and unextinguishable, as demonstrated with all we have shown tonight. We are therefore ready and willing to lend our support and cooperation to the state government in ensuring that the Eko Boys High School resume its lead role in providing quality education to the young ones in a bid to continue to prepare them for life of service, just as those of us that are now old boys of the great school. On this note, please permit me to, on behalf of the entire Koreans, register our profound appreciation to your interest in this project and for finding time to attend this occasion in this particular moment to able representatives, despite a very crowded engagement and commitment in this place called Lagos. We wish you a good speed in the discharge of the affairs of the number one state, Lagos State, in the Federal Republic of Nigeria, good health, prosperity, both on your official and personal endeavors. Thank you, and God bless you. God bless Lagos State. God bless Federal Government of Nigeria. God bless Ekorian. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you for listening. My name is Ekorian Funsho Uyemi. I'm indeed privileged to be asked to prepare this paper and ably deliver it to the representative hereby present in the hope that this paper will reach the table of His Excellency within the next 24 hours. We shall follow up and we shall continue to put the pressure, as we are all aware that building a school is not a venture that is even meant for a body of willing people, but it's a government venture. Government must be involved. We say government must be involved. We deserve it. We deserve it by virtue of what that school has done to this country and what it has gone to the indigenes of Lagos. A school that is not based on religious basis, is not biased towards where you come from. Otherwise, people like Chief Ekbenidion wouldn't have passed out of this school. Otherwise, people like the late Olushola Saraki, who is from Kwara, couldn't have passed out of this school. But it's a school that recognizes where you come from, your potential, and what you can do for the school and what you can do for the nation. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you so much. The high table for this privilege I've been given to deliver this paper, and I believe we'll be unanimous, we'll be together in making sure His Excellency have a look at this paper. Thank you, and God bless you, sirs.
Thank you very much. That was Ekorian Otumba Funsho Uyemi. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Navy band, I appreciate you want to play, but of all the awards we have presented today, they are all living souls. We have some Ekorians that are passed on to eternal glory. One of them will be represented by the daughter. May I call on Mrs. Nika Ibiroba to represent our father, Alhaji Semi Adisa Olatunji. Shall we have you here? A round of applause for Mrs. Ibiroba. Ladies and gentlemen, Alhaji Semi Adisa Olatunji was born into the Ladega ruling house of Ikorodu on the 17th day of January 1931. His parents were Alhaji Saka Olatunji and Alhaja Fatima Bintu ni Ogulaye. As a young boy, he attended government primary school, Ereko, on the Lagos Island, while living with his parents at Idumagbo Avenue, Lagos Island. His secondary school education was at Eko Boys High School, Lagos Island. An astute sportsman, he represented the school in athletics and football. In fact, he held the Greer Cup in both the 100 and 200 yards for secondary schools for 2 consecutive years in Nigeria. On completion of his secondary education, he ventured into business, importing and distributing stockfish from Norway. This he did for about 2 years before deciding to further his education. He married his sweetheart, Bolajo Kobelo, in 1954. They both traveled out of the country for the United Kingdom in 1957, where Alhaji attended Hammersmith Technical College, London, in England, and studied quantity surveying, obtaining the higher national diploma. After graduation, he got a job with Televideo, a building and civil construction company in the UK. From there, he joined an engineering consulting firm called May Fairclough Engineering Consulting Company. He returned to Nigeria in 1964 and joined the LEDB, Lagos Executive Development Board, an agency under the Lagos Civil Service that has metamorphosed into Lagos State Property Development Corporation. He worked with LDB for a few years before venturing into private business again, this time as a construction contractor with his own company, Property Maintenance and Construction Company Limited. His company was majorly involved in the construction of primary and secondary schools in Lagos State. Alhaji has since passed on in March 2013 on the 24th day at the age of 82 years. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Mrs. Nikki Ibiroba, taking this award on behalf of his late father, or her late father. May I call on Prof, you need to help us out here. May I call on Professor Abisoguli to do the presentation. Thank you.
I know your dad.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Thank you.
On behalf of all of us, I have the greatest pleasure and privilege to award you this. Please take it as a token of appreciation of everybody for the contribution of your dad. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Watch it.
So come on. No, please. I recite you. I said, who are you? Who are you? I said, who are you? You are saying I shouldn't talk to you. Who is this guy? No. Don't use that. Who the hell is this?
Thank you, sir.
Shola, money or met. Sir, no, it's okay, sir. It's okay. Olore or met. So 250.
Somebody must come and do this job. PRO, come and start announcing. Already pọ̀jù. You talk too much. Come and start announcing this. Come and start announcing all these donations. Please.
Indomino. Please, let's be seated. Please, let's be seated. Chorus, please, I want us to be seated. Please, let's be seated. Yes, sir.
What shall I do, sir?
Oh, you talk too much. This guy is. Representative number so.
Sorry.
The representative of the governor wants to make a speech.
Hello, shall we be seated, please? Distinguished Equarians, shall we be seated? Sorry, please, shall we stop the service of food at the moment? With all due respect, shall we stop the service of food at the moment? The representative of the Deputy Governor of this great state would like to make a remark before she leaves. Dr. Kola, shall we stop all service for now? May I call on the representative of the Mrs. Yetunde Odejai? Will you want me to bring the... Why not? Thank you very much.
The President, Eko Boys High School, Old Boys Association, and reputable legal luminary, Ekorian Chief Baba Idowu Shofola, SAN-MON. Kabiesis, distinguished members, Board of Trustees of this great school, members of Lagos State Body of Permanent Secretaries here present, esteemed old boys of the great Eko Boys High School and their supportive wives, our dear award recipients, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, members of the press. I bring good tidings from Her Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Lagos State, Dr. Mrs. Idiat Oluranti Adebule. She actually wanted to be here today, but His Excellency gave her some assignments that kept her. So she asked me to come and rejoice with this great school. You are aware that she is the supervising commissioner for education for Lagos State. So she is the best person to attend this occasion. What our brother Ekorian Funsho Owoyemi FCA delivered is so robust and very, very germane. I love all that you have packaged, all what the school has packaged. For His Excellency, the Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Akeomi Ambode, I promise you, you said within 24 hours you want this paper to get to him. I promise you that we are going to deliver this paper to his table by God's grace. While I was discussing with Baba Shofola, he told me what other governors are done, giving you 10 acres of land, getting you blocks of classrooms, and I told him that by the special grace of God, this administration will surpass what his predecessors had done for the school by God's grace. I have to thank every old Ekorian because you are exhibiting the importance of the word that says the works of our heroes past will not be in vain. This school was established 105 years ago. I am sure almost nobody out of the people that established this school will still be living. But here are great men raised from the school. You did not forget the efforts of your heroes past. You are building on it. I pray that your own efforts too will not be in vain by the special grace of God. I am very impressed that you have mustered so much help for the school. You are thinking of raising 1 billion. It's no mean feat at all. 1 billion will go a long way. This is one of your corporate responsibility towards your school. And once you are doing this, definitely the government will support you. Definitely. Thank you for doing a great job. God bless you all. Please excuse me. All the best. Happy New Year by the name of God. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hey. Hey.
Distinguished Ekoran, Ekoran Kolapo Omidire's letter to the president is with me here. He has also pledged a sum of 1 million. He's not here with us. He has made a pledge of 1 million, and he has said that he wants to pay the money on 3 or 4 installments. And he has given me a check of 250,000, which is with me here. A check of 250,000 he gave me is here. Ekora Kolapo Omidire of E78 set. Machines. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, more donations are coming from Ekorians and our friends. Donations from friends of Ekorian, Alhaji Bola Sholabi, one of the awardees for tonight. We have Chief Sir Lucky Arere. He has made a pledge of 100,000. Please, let's appreciate him. Mr. Shagun Adebanji, he has donated 50,000. It's not a pledge. The 50,000 is here. Elder David Lureni Sholabi is one of the sons of Alhaji Bola Sholabi. He has made a pledge of 100,000.
Professor Jide Okunobi.
Ben.
Give brother something to 50,000.
Ah, it's about because I mean the radio, I mean we have a cost. Conga Club has made a pledge of 100,000. Konga Club. They have made a pledge of 100,000. Please help me appreciate them, please.
Professor Dio Kulobi, Borders of this 250,000, National Body 750K.
Okay. Okay. We also have two pledges coming from Professor Jide Okunubi of Border 70. He has made a pledge of 250,000. Please let's appreciate him. Then
he gave Border 72,000 cash.
Okay.
And pledge of 750,000 to National Body.
Okay. Please, I want to correct myself. Professor Jide Okunubi, he has made a donation of 250,000. And he has made a pledge of another 750,000 to the national. Please, let's appreciate him. Please, Professor Jide Okunubi. Please. He has donated 250,000 to Border 70, and he has made a pledge of 750,000 to the national body. Thank you, Prof. We appreciate you, sir. There's an anonymous person. This person does not want his or her name to be mentioned. This person has made a pledge of 2.2 million. Please, let's appreciate him. There's a donation of 50,000 by Eko Layemo. A donation of 50,000. Eko Fashola, please. Eko Fashola. Oh yeah, Mama. Auditon, Auditon. She call a batty call. Okay. Okay. Oh, it's 79. Okay. Indomino. Ekola 79. They are making a pledge of 2.5 million. Out of the 2.5 million, 500,000 has already been paid into the Ekobas account. Please, let's appreciate them. Ekobas 79. A pledge of 2.5 million. 500,000 has already been paid, leaving a balance of 2 million that they are going to pay.
Indomino, please let me recognize the presence of the children of late Equarian Budi Okola. If you listen to the president's speech, their father is the architect of this Abijo. Shall we give them a round of applause? Please be upstanding. As you are seeing them, they are the only guests from Eko Boys High School. Please sit down. Thank you very much. We have an award for Baba.
On behalf of late Semi Adisa Olatunde, half a million.
Only but okay, my work
No, keep on. Let's call you. Kayode, one now. Okay, Kisari call anyway.
Tell me, announce half a million.
Okay. Indomino. Ekorian Dr. Kola Ibirogba has made a pledge of 500,000. Not only that, Mrs. Nike Ibirogba, on behalf of Leseni Adisa Olatunji, has also made a pledge of 500,000. Ekoba 76 has made a pledge of 1 million naira. Ekoba 76, a pledge of 1 million naira.
Professor Abidogun Olubode Lee, OFR. Professor Abidogun Lee is a known name in Nigeria, a former Vice Chancellor Lagos State University. In fact, sir, you taught me, sir, during my masters at LASU. so he has made a donation of 100,000 naira. Thank you very much, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, I'm doing half a million. I'm doing half a million.
You have a million. Yes.
In domino. It appears we're sleeping. It appears we're getting bored. Will I take the permission of the high table to ask you to refer to our second stanza of our school song? To take that as a pep, because we've just started. Can we rise to do the second stanza? Out of the island of Lagos, out of the city life, robbers determined to lead us to Mushikenan's land. No street, no only could take us, no Rika, no Adele. The song and the boys, Eko High School, the scorers shall learn. Yes. I left us home, robbers safe to Mushin. Never fear, no be discouraged. Love safe to very, very instructive to this occasion. Up school, I intentionally chose this stanza to whip up that sentiment, to let you realize that for the second time, this great school is going to sing this song. It's moving from Mushi to Abijo. And who's going to take us there? Lagos State Government will do so. You will do so. And together we shall do what? We shall go to that place. That is the axiom. That is what you should believe in. And that should inform your contribution. On that note, I modestly announce a donation at this juncture of 500,000 as a first tranche in my own contribution. I will not quantify my physical contribution, but as time goes on, we shall be talking about it. Thank you all. Please be encouraged. Do more. The principle of multiple aggregate is what we are going to embark on. Each of you will do 1,000 every month or every week into a pool account. And within a year, you'll be shocked what we have there. That is the spirit. And that is the spirit that will lead us to the place. Thank you all. Thank you, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, we would be making the final award for this evening, and that award is to one of the most brilliant and erudite justices of our Court of Appeal, whose judgment still speaks the several judgments that he wrote still speaks till tomorrow. And this is none other than Ekorian Dr. Justice Muritala Aremu Okunola. To receive the award, I will call these three pretty damsels, and hopefully, although they are all married, so sorry, forget about those thoughts in your mind. They are all accounted for. So I'll call the three of them, ably led by Mrs. Sherifat Dawudu. They are the three daughters of this great and noble Ekorian, the late Justice Muritala Okunola. The late Justice Muritala Aremu Okunola, Justice of the Court of Appeal, was born on November 7, 1944. His life sparkled brilliantly like a diamond of many colors. He left a track record of excellence in the diverse theaters of life where he performed on his eventful journey this side of eternity. As a student of Eko Boys High School, Justice Muri Okunola showed his leadership potential early in life and was the senior prefect for the 1963-63 1963-67 set. Thank you very much. It's 59-63. I just wanted to be sure that the full years are accounted for. He was the senior prefect for that set. He was also a colossus on the legal terrain. He was a first-class mind who was deeply in love with the theory and practice of law. He was proud not to have been satisfied with an LLB. He went ahead to get an LLM as well as a PhD in law whilst he was a civil servant, and by that he became the very first person in the Lagos State Ministry of Justice to bag a PhD whilst a civil servant. Late Justice Muri Okunola was elevated to the bench as a judge of the High Court of Lagos State in February 1986. He maintained the highest standards of legal and Islamic scholarship, as well as professional decorum and impeccable integrity. He was elevated and was a justice of the Court of Appeal, and he was that until his demise in the Holy Land Mecca on Thursday, January 27, 2004. That Eko Boys High School will be moving to Abidjan was due to the fact that late Justice Muri Okunola championed that cause at that time, and he saw to it, he did everything that he could do to ensure that the then governor of Lagos State, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, not only gave the land but went to the site to turn the sword at the 90th Founders Day program. Can we applaud this great Ekorian? Justice Muri Okunola is survived by a widow and 5 children, the eldest of whom is a lawyer. There are 4 lawyers. In the family, there are 4 lawyers. It's only this lady who decided that she wants to go and read medicine and be giving people injection while all the other ones are helping people out. But she will read law shortly and will do very well in medical legal jurisprudence. The eldest of the children of my Lord Justice Muri Okola is the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Youth and Social Development of Lagos State. I will call on Kabiyesi, His Royal Majesty, the Olu of Ilaro. He's the only one who can lift his leg, and these ladies will be Ilaro indigenes tomorrow. So Kabiyesi, mo fi tọ̀wọ̀tọ̀wọ̀ gbé Kabiyesi dìde. Yẹn náà mo ṣe ló tọ̀wọ̀tọ̀wọ̀ ní mi ò ṣe ló tìláro, tí bá ló tìláro mi tó bẹ́ẹ̀, bọ̀ tí bá ló tọ̀wọ̀ mo lè ní kí Kabiyesi máa bọ̀. Sá? Ṣe rí pé Kabiyesi ti múra wá pé wọ́n kó ladies tó wọ blue lọlé.
Kájọ máa lọ lóde kù báyìí. On behalf of Ekoba, we want to appreciate Daddy for all his past contributions to the alma mater. So on behalf of everybody here, I hereby present this plaque to the family. God bless you. God will honor you. Thank you very much.
Kabiyesi has used the toasting voice so that you will not hear all the other things. Thank you, my darling sisters.
Indomino. Yes, Kabiyesi has just performed a function. Then Kabiyesi has equally sent in his widow's mite. His Royal Majesty Ọba Kehinde Olúgbénlé, Ọba of Ilaro, the paramount ruler of your land, he has made a pledge of 500,000 naira. 500,000 naira from Kabiyesi. Thank you very much, Kabiyesi.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You would like to the family of the late Justice Eko Muri Okola has given us a sum of 200,000. Shall we give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you very much. The good Lord will continue to bless your family. Let me say this. When these ladies came out here, I remember our days in Eko Boys High School. Because we are only boys, once we see some girls from maybe Methodist Girls High School or Reagan or New Era, once they come onto the compound, nobody listens to lectures again. Everybody will be peeping from the window. That we are seeing women for. Thank you very much for coming. Ladies and gentlemen, we must listen to some good music. Baba, you will come and dance first. Daddy Emaba Abeserajo. Then you lead the Kabiyesi will follow you. And then Prof. I remember Prof. when he was in Baptist Academy, he was one of those good dancers. He will show us the stuff again this evening. Thank you very much.
Kadupẹ lórí kílọ̀ tàbí lẹ́sẹ̀ ìrọ̀lọ́wọ́ pàṣẹ pé ìdàgbàgbà ọ̀sùn ọ̀gbọ́n tó ń pẹ́.
gbogbo ìyá ọ̀dọ́ pátápátá ní ti ilé kọ̀ọ̀kan.
Who have done good to the good name and image of the school. Those who have helped the school, helping the school, promising to help the school, and those who have attained heights, which we should take as pride to the school.
As part of efforts to build on the legacy of the founder, the Eko Boys High School and Old Boys Association Ekoba was formed to provide a forum for interactions among old students. Made. So far, about 6 million naira has been redeemed and available. It is proposed that the entire development in the master plan submitted to Lagos
Today is our day. Eko Boys High School, Mushin, we are marking our 105th Founders Day. And maybe I should do a quick introduction of myself. Tunde Enito is my name, convener, Mushin to the World Initiative, and I'm also an Ekorian. Millennium set, that's 2000 set. And I have here with me a lot of other sets that are, marking today. Today is our great day. Every year, 13th of January, it's a day we always set aside to mark, our alma mater's day. And you know, if you are a student of history, you will agree with me that Eko Boys High School, Mushin, is one of the oldest schools we have in this country, Nigeria. You can Google it, you can make your findings. You know, according to my, knowledge, I think we are, in the number 16th school, that is one of the oldest in the history of Nigeria. And well, let me tell this, Eko Boys, is in Mushin, and I'm also from Mushin as well. For many who don't know, Mushin has produced a whole lot of, brilliant people, people who are movers and shakers in this country. Right there on the high table, you can see we have a lot of them right there on the high table. And these are people who are a product of Eko Boys High School in Mushin, Lagos State. So if you are the type who still don't believe in Eko Boys, I'm saying it to you now that Eko Boys is one of the greatest schools that has ever been founded in the history of Nigeria. Go and check your history books and all that. We have got a lot of people who came out from Mushin. And well, I need to also say this. Mushin and Eko Boys High School has been a school that has really, that has taught us a lot of things, a lot. When it comes to education, we have it. When it comes to social, we have it. When it comes to football, we have it. When it comes to brilliancy, we have it. You name it, we have got it. We have got it. One of our motto is in Domino Confidimus, in God we trust. And that has been our, solid ground. That has been what has helped us. And I'll be closing my remark by saying in Domino Confidimus. And I said I'm a convener of Mushin to the world. Mushin to the world, giving life a meaning. Peace out. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Lekki-Ekpe Expressway. The site is about an average of 1.2 meters below the new road constructed by the Lagos State government to the site to provide access to the school. During rainy season, the entire...
Yeah, my name is Dennis Owe. My name is Dennis Owe. I'm here 2006. I'm very delightful to be here. Understand? Seeing my colleagues, jubilating with them, this give me a sense of belonging. And the Eko Boys has done a lot of things to me, in terms of education and sociality. Eko Boys has produced a lot of people, prominent people. Has produced a lot of prominent people in the society. Like one of them is the Yaba of Ilaro. I'm very delightful to be here. I'm using this medium and avenue to encourage some of our colleagues that are not here. By next year, they should be able to come and share one of those things that is happening. And to find it up, I'm very delightful and I'm very happy to be here. May God bless Eko Boy, long life Eko Boys, long life Mushin, long life Lagos State, and long life Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Yes, that the Lagos State government may lose interest in the project because of the amount of funds required to get the school ready if Ekorians do not show enough interest and participate. They need to secure the site from encroachment and sand diggers. The environment of the school at Mushin has continued to deteriorate and not conducive to learning. The Eko National Executive Committee desires to see Eko Boys High School commence classes at the new school premises at the earliest possible time, 2016-2017.
Eko had phased the plan of action for the new school site development into things that we need to do immediately, things to do from 2017 to 2022, and from 2022 going forward. For the immediates, our plan is to ensure that we secure the site, We do the sand filling of the environment to ensure that we can use the structure that is already being constructed by the Lagos State government, and possibly to construct the dining hall and assembly hall so that the school can start at Abijo in earnest.
There is no doubt that we have a long way to go, but we must start immediately with the support of all Ekorians. The assumptions are to give the Ekoba a direction and present the work ahead to realize a common objective.
Well, I must say that from the beginning, we pressurized the government to give us these new sites. We are tired of motion, and we are happy that the government of Lagos State did the fit to listen to our call to give us that place. We have started, we've gone some long way. The government promised us to start off, which they have done by building the first block of classrooms with the necessary amenities. And we continue on our part to raise money to do what we want now. We're considering to fill the, to construct fence around the place to avoid encroachment, and also fill the floor because it is a waterlogged area. We're working hard on this. And I'm sure that by the time we finish this party, we must be smiling to the bank and to our contractors to continue with a good job.
Ekorian professionals in various fields are invited to contribute to this process. Architectural and engineering drawings need to be produced, and those who have made promises to support the project are already being contacted. The national executives of Ekoba have initiated the process for the registration of an Eko Boys High School trust to take over the school from the Lagos State government in the long run, in line with the policy of the government to return schools to their original owners.
Yeah, they contributed to what we have need of ourselves today, no matter what your position is. Hoares School has played a very, very important part. And what do you give back? How to say thank you? How do you show the appreciation? It is by helping to raise Hoares School to grow from strength to strength. And that you can do by joining us on the Hoares Association. Come to meetings, contribute to your quota in discussions, contribute money when you expected to do so. This money you are contributing will not make you a poor person. If you don't put it in, it will make you richer. So why don't you join us so that we can continue to raise the good name of the Eko Boys High School?
to form part of the 8 acres of land where the school had been since 1950 to date. The quality of educational attainment at Eko Boys High School attracted the attention of enthusiastic Nigerian parents from all parts of Lagos State, including Isaleko, Yaba, Ebutemeta, Agege, Ikorodu, Isolo, among others, to send their words to the school. Eko Boys High School, which began to offer boarding facilities to its students from 1970, has produced many distinguished Nigerians from all walks of life, among whom were late Oba Adeyinka Oyekon of Lagos, Chief Olushola Saraki, Oba Odeleye, the Oluwo of Owu Abeokuta, Justice Muri Okunwola, Dr. Bayo Kumolu Johnson, and Alhaji Santos Anjorin, all of blessed memory, among others. Other distinguished Ekorians, some of whom are among the honorees of today, include General Adeyinka Adebayo, retired, Barrister Babatunde Raji Fashola, the Honorable Minister of Power, Works and Housing, the Esama of Benin Kingdom, Chief Gabriel Igbenedion, Oba Idowu Abiodun Oniro of Iruland, Oba Kehinde Olugbenle, the Olu of Ilaro, Mr. BC Onasanya, immediate past Group Managing Director of First Bank, Engineer Olu Payne, and Chief Idowu Shofola SAN, the life president of Eko Boys High School, Old Students Association, Ekoba.
We want to give honor to whom honor is due. We do not believe in honoring people after they are dead. We like to honor them in their lifetime. And we have looked around, there are so many of them, and we are inviting a few for now, for those who have done good to the good name and image of the school, those who have helped the school, helping the school, promising to help the school, and those who have attained heights which should take as pride to the school.
As part of efforts to build on the legacy of the founder, the Eko Boys High School and Old Boys Association, Ekoba, was formed to provide a forum for interactions among old students and an avenue for giving back to the school, with graduates of respective years operating as service clubs. Some of the prominent and active service clubs include the Medieval, the Asians, Conga Club, E60, E61, E615, E648, Borders 70, E72, E76, E78, E79, E81/2, E83, E90s, among others. Over the years, especially after the forceful takeover of schools by the military government, the Eko Boys High School infrastructure underwent rapid dilapidation to the consternation of stakeholders. Academic attainments dropped far below Ekorian imagination, and the school became unrecognizable to its graduates. The environment in which the school was situated also affected quality of students' intake. The pride of Eko Boys High School began to diminish. Prominent members of Ekoba after the 90th founders anniversary thus initiated the move to move Eko Boys High School, like some of its contemporaries, returned to Lagos Island, following which representations were made to the Lagos State government under the leadership of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Approval was secured and the Lagos State government allocated about 39,900 square meters of land to EBHS through the Lagos State Ministry of Education for the relocation of the school from Mushin to Abijo GRA in Ibejuleki local government area. Working in close collaboration with officials of the Lagos State Ministry of Education, a master plan was drawn for the new school site, including a short, medium and long-term plan for its development by Ekoba. As part of the centenary celebration, Ekoba approached the Lagos State government and the Ekorian, Barrister Babatunde Raju Fashola, SAN, agreed to build its prototype 18-classroom block. The project was awarded to Omega Resources Limited. Work has continued on the project, and the building is a 3-story edifice, which is now at the finishing stages. The Ekoba ESCO will like the development to continue as planned and is looking for support of Ekorians to come to the aid of the alma mater. During the centenary celebration, some pledges were made. So far, about 6 million naira has been redeemed and available. It is proposed that the entire development and the master plan submitted to Lagos State Ministry of Education be phased. Challenges: the site location is at present remote and far from the major road Lekki-Ekpe Expressway. The site is about an average of 1.2 meters below the new road constructed by the Lagos State government to the site to provide access to the school. During rainy season, the entire site is waterlogged. The Ekoba National Executive Committee fears that the Lagos State government may lose interest in the project because of the amount of funds required to get the school ready if Ekorians do not show enough interest and participate. They need to secure the site from encroachment and sand diggers. The environment of the school at Mushin has continued to deteriorate and not conducive to learning. The Ekoba National Executive Committee desires to see Eko Boys High School commence classes at the new school premises at the earliest possible time, 2016-2017.
Ekoba had phased the plan of action for the new school site development into things that we need to do immediately, things to do from 2017 to 2022, and from 2022 going forward. For the immediates, our plan is to ensure that we secure the site, we do the sand filling of the environment to ensure that we can use the structure that is already being constructed by the Lagos State government, and possibly to construct the dining hall and assembly hall so that the school can start at Abijo in earnest.
There is no doubt that we have a long way to go, but we must start immediately with the support of all Ekorians. The assumptions are to give the Ekoba a direction and present the work ahead to realize a common objective.
Well, I must say that from the beginning, we pressurized the government to give us these new sites. We are tired of mushing, and we are happy that the government of Lagos State did the fit to listen to our call to give us that place. We have started, we've gone some long way. The government promised us to start off, which they have done by building the first block of classrooms with the necessary amenities. And we continue on our part to raise money to do what we want now. We're considering to fill the, to construct fence around the place to avoid encroachment, and also fill the floor because it is a waterlogged area. We're working hard on this, and I'm sure that by the time we finish this party, we must be smiling to the bank and to our contractors to